Hi guys, Emmeline here. Welcome back to Fierce and Radiant. Today we're going to be talking about the new Glimmer eyeshadow quads by Avon. And I know it's been a little while since I've done a new video, but it's going to be so worth it, you guys, because I was able to save up and get all 10 shades of this new eyeshadow, and I'm so excited. As some of you already know, Avon's old True Color eyeshadow quads were recently discontinued. So this new eyeshadow is going to be a direct replacement for that. It has a similar price point, but of course the new ones are better quality. And because I was able to get all the different shades, this video is going to be a little different than my other ones. Less of a review, more of a demo. So let's jump in. This eyeshadow comes in 10 different shade palettes. The first one I want to swatch for you guys is called Vixen. So this one is sort of like a blue, but it's like almost black and white. It just has a little bit more blue. So you could do like a nice blue smoky eye with this. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. It does come with an applicator. So this is gonna be a little different for me. I'm used to using brushes just because I normally like a blended look. But these look actually really nice quality. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch my arm. All right, so I swatched this one. Again, this is Vixen. And guys, I can already tell this is gonna be really a quality upgrade from the True Color eyeshadow. It's really like soft. It's like a little bit creamy. So the lightest shade on this quad, it's a lot more shimmery than I thought. Let me show you guys again. Pretty sheer, but it has like that nice shimmer. All right, so next up, I'm gonna show you guys Siren. And this one I'm really excited about. So it's kind of like a, it has like greens, sort of golds, browns, kind of natural, but like a little bit of color. So this is Siren. So the lightest shade, the sort of gold one, I am really loving it. It like almost matches my skin tone, but it just has like a little extra sort of like yellow greeny sort of quality. I can see myself wearing that one a lot. And the green one, it looks super green in the palette, but once it's on, it's more of like a greenish black. It's pretty nice. All right, so next up, this one is called Maven. Okay, so this one is a neutral. It has like some nice browns. All right, so here's Maven. As you guys can see, this one's a little bit harder to see only because it sort of blends in with my skin tone. Now I have like an olive complexion, so this is gonna be good for people with olive complexions. And personally, I'm like in love with this highlighter shade. It's so much prettier on the skin than it is in the compact, as you guys just saw. It has like a nice shimmer without being too sparkly. All right, next up we have Minx. This one is also a neutral. It's a little bit warmer. As you can see, it has like a reddish quality. All right, so here is Minx. So yeah, this one's pretty nice, although you can tell it doesn't quite match my undertones. This is gonna be better for people with warm undertones. And also, it's important to note that the highlighter shade here is pretty sheer. It has a lot of shimmer, but it's not gonna be super pigmented. It's more on the sheer side. All right, so next up we have Idol. Now this is another neutral. So this one is kind of in between warm and neutral undertones. All right, so here's Idol. So what I like best about this one is that super matte white highlighter shade. That's gonna be perfect for my stage makeup personally, because I try to avoid the shimmer shades for stage makeup. And it's a super solid highlighter for stage makeup. And this one, as you can see, like the second shade is pretty sheer, just something to know. Sort of like a satin sheer satin. And of course, with that orangey gold, that's gonna be the showstopper for Idol. All right, guys, we're about halfway through. So this next one is called Goddess. This is another neutral. So it's neutral in terms of like not super colorful, but also neutral in terms of the undertones. Okay, so here's Goddess. Oh my god, I love this one so much. This is so gorgeous. There's 3 different like shimmery shades here, and then the darker brown. And honestly, for me, I'll probably mix and match the dark brown from this one with that white shade from Idol for my stage makeup. Next, we have Darling, and now we're moving into the mauves and the purples. So this one is sort of like a mauve, sort of reddish purple. I don't know if I can pull this off, but it's so pretty just looking at the palette. Let's go ahead and swatch it. So here's Darling. So this palette is a little bit more subtle than I thought. So this is going to be a nice palette if you want something like a little bit more colorful than a neutral, but still not like super overpowering. All right, guys, 3 more palettes left. This one is going to be called Temptress. This one is like the purple palette. It's a little bit more bold. And honestly, it's so much more dynamic than it looked in the catalog. Especially that like brightest shade on the bottom. It's so dynamic. Let's take a swatch. Okay, so here is Temptress. So yeah, this palette is a little bit more bold, but it's so pretty. And that bright shade I was showing you guys earlier, I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but it does have like a little bit of blue iridescence. It's almost like the sparkles are blue or something. It's hard to, it's really subtle, but you can see it when I like move my arm in real life. It's gonna be a little bit more on the bold side, but like super dynamic purple makeup look. And that highlighter shade, there's something so dreamy about it. You could even like pair it with some neutrals, mixing and matching the different palettes. Yeah, I mean, dreamy is the word I would use to describe it. This might sound weird, but it kind of reminds me of like being a kid. Like it's sort of like fairy princess makeup, kind of. I'm not sure how to explain this, but it just is bringing back so much nostalgia. All right, so next up we have Muse. Now this one, it's more of a mauve. So here's Muse. Honestly, guys, this is one palette that I wasn't expecting to like so much, just because I didn't think it would work with my skin tone. But it's so pretty, even on my olive skin. And there's something so classy about it. Even though that shimmer shade isn't technically maroon, it sort of gives me the same like emotions as a maroon does. Super warm, super classy. And also that highlighter shade, it's like almost a brown, but it just has like just enough purple. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'll have to try it on my eyes. All right, and last but not least, we have Mistress. Now I am gonna try a makeup look with this one, but I'm gonna swatch it first. So this is another sort of purple mauve. It has like those 2 neutral shades on top, and then sort of like a maroony mauve and a iridescent purple. And the purple is actually the reason I wanted to try this one first on my eyes. It's sort of like a dark purple with like a bluish sort of iridescence. Here's Mistress as a swatch. So this palette is a little bit more neutral than it looked inside the compact. Only by a little though. You can still tell that it's like on the purplish reddish side. Oh, and that iridescent shade, I did have to do 2 layers to get the swatch. It's a little bit more sheer than I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and try a makeup look. I won't bore you by doing the whole thing on camera because you've already been watching for a little bit. All right, so I'm not done yet, but I started with the 2 neutral shades, and honestly, it's been years since I've used one of these applicators instead of a brush. I'm used to like really blending it out. Bear with me here. But here are the neutral shades so far. I'm really loving that shimmer highlighter so far. In real life, I'd probably use the brush to get it a little bit softer. All right, so I finished my look. Honestly, I'm really getting the urge to blend it out. It's a little too severe for my taste. But because I was going to be using the applicators, I actually didn't clean any of my makeup brushes. So this is what we get today. But I actually really like the colors on. Let's get a close-up. All right, so that's the look today. And I will say, even though I'm missing my eyeshadow brush a lot, the colors themselves are like super nice. I'm not sure if the camera's actually doing it justice. I tried a few angles, but it's really in person that they really pop, to be honest. You can really see the shimmer. It's really high impact. And not all of the shades are shimmery. Some of them are matte, some of them are satin, but those shimmer shades really pop. And one other thing that was surprising, like I mentioned that the iridescent shade was like a little bit sheer when I did the swatch. But actually when I put it on the middle of the eyelid there. It actually had a better color payoff when I put it on the eyelid. So that's just something to note. I haven't tested out the other palettes. There were a few others that I mentioned had sheer shades. But I can certainly let you know. So overall, I'm still really excited about these. As I mentioned before, it's going to be replacing the True Color eyeshadow quads. And those were really the primary eyeshadows in Avon's catalog, right? They were like the most affordable, without sacrificing quality. And these are even a step up in quality. And even with the feel of it, like it's a little bit creamier and smoother than the True Color. And like I mentioned, the shimmer shades have a lot more impact than the shimmer shades in True Color. I hope those swatches helped you. And if you want to see a makeup look with a particular shade palette, let me know. I'm down to make more videos with the Glimmer eyeshadow quads. So if you want that, let me know in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching.